Alright, welcome back to the channel, y'all. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SoFlo TV. ICE agents are camped outside of immigration courts, and they are arresting people who are going to their mandatory immigration hearings. Now, here's the thing. If these immigration hearings happen and you don't show up, you automatically get one of those leave the country now orders against you. So it is something that you have to show up. Now, I don't understand this because people are asking for people to follow the law, and they are following the law, and they're still being punished for following the law. These are mandatory meetings, which means we're definitely going to see you at this location unless you decide to disappear. So in a new tactic, ICE is arresting migrants at immigration courts. There's a warning here from an attorney who wants everybody to know that, hey, this is what's going down. So let's get into the details. Federal agents are arresting migrants at immigration courts. In some cases, after their deportation cases have been dismissed. Let me say that again. In some cases, it is after their deportation cases have been dismissed, which means they now have the right to stay here. They're scooping them up regardless. So in the Trump administration's latest tactics to fast-track deportations, immigration attorneys have said that this is the new tactic that they have employed. The attorney said that immigration enforcement officers have been waiting in immigration court buildings, just hanging out, prowling, and arresting migrants who have had their cases dismissed, after which the migrants are placed into expedited removal proceedings by the Department of Homeland Security. Expedited removal proceedings means more than likely you will be up out of here with record speed. There was one person who was deported in 24 hours before he even got that first phone call to call his wife and kids to say, hey, they got me today. He was in another country. So Gregory Zen, Senior Director of Government Relations for the American Immigration Lawyers Association, Gregory said that his group has tracked such court cases in 13 states and 19 cities over the past 2 weeks alone. So when we first started doing immigration updates, just to let everybody know what's going on with the immigration landscape in the United States of America, it was happening one here, one there, maybe. And a lot of the times it was justified because people were like, hey, it's one person. And he does have a criminal record. Might not be anything violent, but you broke the laws in the country, so leave. They justified it like that at first. But it got more and more and more, and to the point where now this is just their modus operandum. This is just the way they get down. This is the new way of ICE operating. 13 states, 19 cities, just in the past 2 weeks, with thousands and thousands of migrants arrested, detained, and are getting ready to be deported. They're being fast-tracked for deportation, and now they're going to be deprived of getting a fair day in court and a fair opportunity for their case to be heard, he said. These kinds of tactics are ultimately undermining the people's sense of the court as a safe, neutral space for them to come to have their fair day in court. See, what's happening here is those who are running, now it looks like, damn, he might be running for a good reason. Let me state my disclaimer for this channel at SoFlo TV before we go any further with this. I am on nobody's side at this point. During the elections, I campaigned on a certain side, and I tried to warn the immigrant community, whether they were Hispanic or Caribbean or off the continent of Africa, Asia, or Europe, just the immigrant community, period. I tried to warn them. I tried to tell them that if you want to protect your community, you have to vote for somebody who will help you to protect your family. I am in no way co-signing criminals being allowed to remain in the United States of America. However, I was concerned about families being broken up. So, with that said, certain communities voted against themselves, thinking they were going to be protected, but others were going to feel the wrath. And as we are witnessing right now, they are feeling the wrath more than anybody else. And for that, I am on nobody's side. So now we are in the FAFO moment, right? Fuck around and find out. I'm watching everything unfold. I don't care, because Donald Trump said exactly what he was going to do, and you still voted for it, or your community voted for it anyways. So now that you're getting it, you don't like it, but you only don't like it because you voted for it to happen to somebody else and not to you. You voted for it to happen to somebody else. One of the basic principles of human existence, with dignity. Our grandmother said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Some people seem to think it's okay to wish bad for others. It's okay to vote to have bad things happen to others as long as it's not happening to them. Well, there's something called the rules of karma, and whatever you do to others shall also be done unto you. So here we are watching everything unfold. Now, back to the information. Deportation hearings in immigration courts are legal proceedings that are initiated by the Department of Homeland Security, in which an immigration judge determines whether a migrant should be removed from the United States of America or not. Often, an immigration judge will dismiss a case in order to allow the individual to pursue legal relief by seeking asylum, according to the immigration attorneys. Other times, Department of Homeland Security attorneys will request dismissals if the individuals are not a priority for removal. So, just to get everybody on the clear about what the dismissal of a case means, right? If you go to court and the court dismisses your case, whether you are in civilian court or immigration court, it means the same thing. There's no longer a case against you. You're good to go pretty much. Now go and get your status adjusted. Be on the right path. And these are the people that they're snatching. In most cases, when a deportation case is dismissed, it is actually a positive outcome for the migrant. This is what the attorneys have said. So dismissals used to generally be a good thing, said Michelle Brain, who is the executive director of the immigration support group, Together and Free. That's the name of their group. It means that the government has decided that it's not worth pursuing your case and that you are going to be able to either be free or just to pursue some other avenue if you so choose. But immigration attorneys said that the Trump administration is now using these dismissals to detain people at these immigration courts and place them into expedited removals without allowing them a fighting chance in court to adjust their status. It feels like it's like playing a dirty game with people because they're not giving people a chance, right? And also because these are mandatory court hearings, these people are pretty much showing up to be captured. So if you think about it, are you going to walk down 7th Street if you know that they are kidnapping people? down 7th Street, or if you know that people are being harmed down 7th Street, are you going to just willy-nilly walk in? They don't have a choice unless they plan to run and hide. Listen, the Trump administration, their reign has just started. You have 3 years and 6 months left to go. Priscilla Olivares, who is an attorney with the Immigrant Legal Resources Center in San Antonio, Texas, she said that she witnessed several individuals being apprehended by immigration officials at the courthouse just this week. We saw a mother and one of her young children zip-tied while other children looked on. This was quite distressing and very emotional, she said. To my audience who is listening, I saw the picture and the video as well. To see children being zip-tied, that was weird. That was super weird. The mother, I can understand if that's protocol. You arrest an adult for your safety and theirs. You zip tie them. It's kind of like putting on handcuffs. But they zip tied all the children. I'm talking about minors. Those children look like they were like 7, 10, 5, those kind of ages. So it's clear that this is a coordinated campaign of fear mongering to put fear into the immigration or the immigrant community and to undermine the constitutional right to due process. Remember, they have a program going on right now where they are encouraging people to self-deport. And if you voluntarily self-deport, they will send you $1,000 when you get back to your country that you are going to. Now, if you go back to your country, how do you guarantee that that $1,000 will be sent to you? And also, is it really worth self-deporting for $1,000, right? History has shown that this was done before, and very few people actually took the opportunity compared to the number of people who were here. I guess because looking at things, it seems better to wait it out, hide, run, take your chances, whatever that case may be. This is definitely to strike fear, because when people see children zip-tied with their mother, small children zip-tied with their hands behind their backs with their mother, when people see this, the first thing they are going to think is, damn, I don't want to put my children and my family through that. Hey, let's self-deport. I think that's what they're trying to drive so that people run towards that program. Several videos of migrants being detained after their cases were dismissed have now gone viral on social media. When we first started doing these videos, people were on the comment section saying, that's a lie, that's not happening, you're spreading propaganda, you're misleading the people. Well, it's gone viral now, and it is the way they operate now. It's on every news media station, it's in every major news network. They are scooping people up at their mandatory immigration appointments. There was one piece of news where ABC News had reported that several migrants outside of a San Antonio, Texas courthouse who expressed fear about coming to court. They were like, I don't really want to go in there because I think if I go in there, it's going to be the end of me. One couple was relieved to have actually made it out of their hearing without being detained. But they were still scanning the parking lot outside the courthouse. They were nervous that agents would approach them, and they ran to their car and drove off. The wife of one of the migrants who attended a hearing said that they were scared and they were nervous to come to court, but they still want to follow the law. They're not lawbreakers. They want to follow the law. They're just making it very scary to actually follow the law. So you're in a position where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It feels like at this point, nobody is safe. Well, I'm going to say it one more time. I have no dog in this fight. I pass the information on to those who are wondering if it is true. Are they using a new tactic? They as in ICE. Is ICE arresting migrants at their immigration hearing? Yes, that is a tactic they're using. They are floating around these immigration courts in the parking lot outside, in the building. They're waiting for, and even the people who got a good thing going, like their case dismissed, they're being picked up and placed in expedited deportation process. Pass it on. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. It's a United States of America immigration update. And for those who want to stay on top of what's going on with immigration in the United States of America, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell next to the subscribe button. Hover over that bell and hit the option that pops up that says send me all notifications, so you're notified every time a new video is placed on this channel. I'm out. Peace.